And this will take a few moments for anyone to actually come in
Okay.
because people at first people don't notice it in their what do you call it? In their
So you just get started and then wait for people to trickle in, or what do you do?
yeah, I wait for someone to say something or I just chatter on about something insignificant and boring. Uh, and sooner or later they come in and say hi. I think by now I probably have my one favorite hiding in the background. Um, one of the people I know, Justin from My Animal House, has a tendency of coming and seeing what I'm up to. Hello, hello, whoever you are, say hi.
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 Hi. So who's the first one to come and say howdy? Yeah, I'm being crazy. That's normal. You know it. There's at least one person here. Because I can see with the eye, there's an eye up on my um, live reference there, and there's a one beside it. So at least one person is here, probably someone hiding out in the bleachers, um, saying hello. So it seems like it's possibly someone from Twitch. So I don't know, but someone is here. We will talk in a few moments, talk about important stuff in a few moments, but right now we can chat about anything. Ha ha. Okay. Anime. Emma, you're an anime fan.
Yes.
Anime fan. So what anime are you most interested in? You said something about oh,
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. There we go. And who do you like pictures of again? Astro Boy and
Doctor Who. That's
Doctor
not an
Who.
anime,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
have posters back there.
Doctor Who is the master at everything except for the master
Who's bad?
who was the mistress. Yeah.
That's where it gets confusing. Because you have
Have you
you
ever
have this
seen?
one female master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the My Little Pony version?
No,
Really?
Wow, that's
That
I'm gonna
is
lose my
hilarious.
fan card.
I'll show it to you. It's really, really cute and funny. Um,
I think it
I
has
don't know.
something to do with the name Doctor Hooves or something like that.
Doctor Who's. Yep.
so you have heard of it, you just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was there's this female assistant, I forget her name, but she had an eye disorder. Somehow in the animation, they got this little glitch, and her eyes would do something funny. I
Derpy
forget what
Hoof?
exactly it was.
Is it
And it
Derpy?
went like that all the way through. And then the next time they fixed it, and people were upset because because they fixed the eye disorder, and they said, "Hey, you know,
Was it
it,
the pony that had the eyes going like this?
yeah, yeah."
Yeah,
And
I
they
know
said, "There's a disorder like this. Keep it. You know, you don't have your ponies perfect."
Right.
And they did. They kept it.
Right.
So it was great. I mean, um, for cartoon uh, people in any type of animation, creating it, actually keeping in someone with a disability or a
Right.
weight issue or
Mhm.
anything that isn't sociably perfect. I find that it's really interesting with the ones who do keep it in.
Mhm.
Um, like this one show, mm, The Dragon Prince. They have a female character in there who is deaf, and she speaks sign language, and she has a person with her who does sign language. It's really wonderful. So, considering things like that, would you be really happy if an anime kept in something like, ASD?
Yes, actually, because I feel like if they were to take out and say that'd be like somebody animating me and catching me stimming like this and editing that out and just having me sit there normally, and I'd feel like I'd feel like a part of me would have been taken away, and that character wouldn't represent me anymore.
Right. Exactly. And you were born with this, right?
Yes.
And it took a lot of work with yourself and your mom. Hey, Kara.
This is Tara. Kara.
Kara.
Yeah.
Kara.
Okay, I always say it wrong.
Oh, it's fine. A lot of people say Kara, but my family calls me Kara. So
she was named after Supergirl.
I was. My mom looked through comic books for a name.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Considering that, you were also, hey, Annette, how's it going?
Hi, Annette.
Hi, Annette.
Hi. We're talking about Asperger's. Oh, what was
You can still call it Asperger's. They just changed the name, I guess, on the books to ASD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Annette Cruz is a nurse going through to be, what was that again, Annette? I forget everything. You know me.
We all have those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, there's 2 people in here even. Wow. We're getting a group. Annette's a sweetheart. You don't have to worry about her. Nurse practitioner. That's what it is.
Nice.
She's a sweetie. I adore Annette. Her mom's really sweet and funny as well. Trish, her mom. And her dad is probably hiding in the background there, not talking. Right, Justin? I like her.
I too.
How are you doing?
And I get your reference.
Well, I'm glad.
Pauline is a friend of mine from college. We went through animal care together.
Hello.
Hi, Hunter. Hello. How's it going? So, you also finally caught you on the line. Yeah, I'm here. And I have an interview here with Emma and Kara.
Kara. Okay.
Hey. Kay. I'll call you Kay.
Fine, whatever. It's about Emma, so.
I will get it sooner or later, Kara.
No worries.
I didn't say it right again, did I? No.
Sorry. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
What? You've been shot? What?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah. Who shot? How'd you get shot? Or are you talking about your
Oh, congrats.
Moderna?
The vaccine.
Oh.
Your vaccine. Horrible.
I was laughing at.
I was like, oh my God.
It's fine. I don't care.
I get my vaccine on the 29th because I'm technically a grocery store worker.
You gotta shot me. Yeah. Yeah. I've known Colleen a little bit longer than you. So, we used to go for tea and sandwiches at lunchtime all the time. We were the only ones who would actually eat after. Which class was that? That was they'd talk about the bloody stuff and the gross stuff just before lunch. So we were a couple of the only ones who would eat after that. It was great. Anyway, I was going to mention how poop class. Yes, the poop class. I remember the poop class. You centrifuged a lot of disgusting stuff. It was great. Well, it was even worse when my partner went and didn't close up the centrifuge thing properly, and it was urine, and it went all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes foamy. Very, very foamy. And it takes a lot,
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. Our instructor was not happy with us. I'm glad she didn't have her Jack Russell Terrier there that day. Anyway, I was going to mention about how, well, you've had the ASD since you were born, and also you're a family that goes back to your grandmother, Kara.
You got it. That's fine.
Okay.
Get your friends with Tara.
Your mother and father were both gamers?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, my mother has been a DM for 40 years. So we were raised playing Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Car Wars, Gamma World. I mean, you name it. But I got into PC gaming. Started with Master of Orion. My husband went to a dentist, and the dentist introduced him to it. And then we got a computer, and then we got EverQuest. And we had to get 2 computers because my husband and I were both horribly addicted. And we played EverQuest for 10 years. So through Emma's birth, when Emma was born, I have a picture of her in like a, baby you hold on your chest. She was asleep, and she was on a sling on my chest asleep. And because she was asleep, I was playing EverQuest. So the screen in front of me is EverQuest, the loading screen, and here's the baby snoring on my chest. Of course, when she would wake up, I would spend time with her.
Dude.
So she got introduced to gaming from the get-go.
I got my first computer when I was 5 and learned to use the internet.
So we would be like all 3 of us in one little room, each on our own computer. And we'd talk to each other, and we would, interact. What are you doing? And so we would be a family, but we would still be in our own little worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. But my family does, definitely. I mean, I have my computer here. David's is right beside me. And my sister's is, a couple of bookcases away from him. And then we have our one roommate over here. Hello, Bailey. You want to say hi?
Oh, that's a pretty cat.
Come here, say hi, Bill. Nope, go away.
There kitty goes.
Access denied.
I knew your dad was lurking too. He always lurks. He always wants to see if I say something nasty about him. And I did not, Justin. So there.
Camera.exe has stopped working.
Camera.exe is not working. Hi, meow, meow. Yeah, that's Dorothy's cat, Bailey.
So Emma would get video games that she would fixate on, like
Yes.
Oblivion. She plays still today.
Yes. And The Sims, Skyrim.
Well, Skyrim wasn't when you were.
I like that.
No, but
later,
I grew up with Oblivion.
Mhm.
She had specific games that she would endlessly mod, and now she's a coder, so she would kind of mix that in, and
I
just,
program things.
yeah, she was all about and that's one of the ways that we knew that something was a little different, because it was like she was a computer in a way. She had this interface where she spoke I don't want to say that her speech was wooden at first, but it was like she was separate from everyone else in the room. The preschool teacher said that she would play by herself beside other children, but not with them, and that she had to have the comfort of being carried around at all times when she was not interested in something. And they thought maybe it was the pressure of holding her, but she was very, I don't want to say persnickety because that sounds negative, and she had her quirks. But that was part of who she was. And everything she built, like with her blocks, had to be perfectly symmetrical. And it was, everything just had to be just exactly so. And then the obsessive compulsive disorder started to show its ugly head.
Yes.
And I'm saying it's ugly.
Right.
Blocks.
Like how I had to say goodnight over and over and over, or I wouldn't go to sleep. Or how I used to have this obsession where if I used to believe that if I didn't, every time I touched something, if I didn't touch it again within 3 seconds, it would burst into flames for no reason.
The rocking.
I would go like this.
And you still do that.
Yeah.
She would turn and rock.
I normally only do it when I'm alone, though, not in front of other people.
Yeah. So a lot of
it was really difficult when you were young. I remember hearing about your birth and seeing pictures of you. And I remember discussing with Kay about you starting to do things a little different. And
like talking to the motion alarm and the fan.
Talking depression.
I used to talk to inanimate objects like the motion alarm up in the corner or the fan in front of me.
I had to talk to my computer.
But she wouldn't do that with a person. And I noticed she wouldn't look you in the eye.
I'd look at noses or something.
Well, now you do because your doctor helped you with that. But
well, I do look at eyes now.
Oh, so you're better with that.
Yes.
Okay. But we took her to the doctor, and the doctor's name was John Gray, not the John Gray, not the famous one, the Men Are From Mars one, just a John Gray.
Okay, so a John Gray, no one famous.
In Arizona, which is where we lived.
Dog sitting this afternoon. Great stuff. I can twist from one to the other real quick.
And she had this thing where she would hide under tables and just like in this little space. And
I'd hide under the teacher's desk at school.
Yep. And she had rage fits, explosive rage
They don't
fits.
like that.
Yeah.
They really don't like you hiding under their desks. I know. Sorry, I did that too. But I was scared of the teacher.
You can't see me. I'm invisible. I'm not here. Oh man, too late. They found me.
Well, you can see how very outgoing she's become. So
Yes.
she's really.
Oh, I can see exactly what you're saying there for that. I mean, I don't. Hey, Steve, how's it
Hi,
going?
Steve.
Hi.
Not Minecraft Steve, but hi, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, this is something I'm supposed to say every now and again. Please, everyone who is here, if you would like to click that subscribe button, hit the happy thumbs up, and click that that nice little bell.
Where do I do that?
When I'm
I
going
like a stream that I'm already on. Or am I?
I don't know.
I don't think I can do that. I can't
like her after.
I can't like you right now because I'm part of your stream.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if that sounded rude.
Well, I know you like me. It's just you didn't like me. So,
we're cool. I meant the stream, not you.
understood.
But yeah, anyway, you can see she's doing really well. She's we had years of therapy with her, and she's on some medications to help her with the rage issues, which she does not have anymore.
No.
She knows.
Oh yes, I heard about the
And I leave her.
Yeah, or she just takes some
I
time.
remember when you got that one dog to help in calming effect a long time ago. You had there was a picture of a mattress on the floor, and I guess she was lying down on the dog, cuddled up to it. And
Oh, I think that was Murphy.
Murphy.
Yeah, we had a
Yes.
German Shepherd when we
Yes,
lived
you
there.
had the German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Murphy,
Did Murphy help an awful lot, Emma?
Yeah.
Sorta. Not
Murphy had bathroom issues, and we had to Give him back.
Murphy would poop all over the front room the second you turned. You would take him outside and walk him for an hour and he wouldn't go. And then you bring him back into the house and he would pee on the curtains and poop all over the floor. And
remember that time he stole Dad's sandwich off the counter?
That's just being a dog. But the shelter said that he was completely house trained. Lie.
I remember when there were issues, but you didn't go into detail. But oh my goodness.
Anyway.
I remember that tree we called the poop tree, where we'd take him.
I remember that, the tree.
Yeah. We don't live in Arizona anymore. We live back in Maryland now. But yeah.
So what did really help you as a youth to deal with this issue? I mean, no one understood what was going on. You probably were completely and utterly confused and
I didn't even know. I didn't quite understand what it was that I was feeling. And when I would like on the topic of those fits, like I could feel myself getting angrier, but it's like I just reached a point where I couldn't control it and it just broke loose.
Mm-hmm.
Like a switch or something just flipped and I snapped. I couldn't.
And
like,
you
didn't
know how to stop the snap.
Sorry, go ahead.
You didn't understand how to stop getting to that heat point.
Mm-hmm. And a couple weeks ago, I had an issue at work where I just broke down and cried, and I tried to hold it back, and I couldn't, and my boss sent me home because there were some customers that were making me really upset. I work retail. I work at Dollar General,
mm-hmm.
and my customers are not always nice, to put it lightly.
Understood. So they were teasing you or just being turkeys?
Not teasing me, but that day I had a lady swear at me over cigarettes and call me all kinds of horrible names. And then she complained to my boss and said I was too slow and that she was in a hurry. And then right after her, I had a person come in that just ignored me and treated me as an object and not a cashier. Then I had a customer after that person that, oh my gosh, just instead of just gently placing the merchandise on the counter, they shoved it in my direction and didn't give me time to put it away. And after all that, I just broke, I guess.
I don't blame you. I would have burst too. Hey, Lucy!
Well, you're talking about
hello.
Yeah, it's overstimulation. It was just, hi. It was just too much too fast.
With that. I mean, without the ASD, I mean, it would
already be
people into a I want to take out something and smack them, and then you go home and you play one of your lovely fun games and kill them off.
And you know what? Right after the nasty cigarette lady, I had a customer come up to me that said they were sorry. They felt sorry for me and they wanted to reach over my counter and smack her for me.
That is great.
They just wanted to walk up and be like,
well, she was where she would, wherever we were, she would say, I have to get out of here.
I have to get out of here.
And then she would like run out of the store because she felt overstimulated by all the noise.
Yeah.
Stay home. You got this.
Hug. Thank you.
There we go.
Elbow cough.
Wrong one. Elbow cough. There we go. We're having this on for a while.
Thank you.
Sooner or later, we're going to have Save the Frogs come up there. So, hashtag save the... Hi, Bale. What you doing, Bailey? Oh, you're going down. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Thud. I wish we could get my cat Obi on here, but all I have next to me are my pet rats. So
that's okay.
He'll come in if he wants to.
Please do remember and realize that we have snake people who come in here. They love their ball pythons and they love their rats for their ball pythons. So,
and she loves rats. Well, I mean, you know,
rats are lovely, lovely animals. If I ever, I couldn't do that. I just could not.
Ratness and Rose are my baby.
Mm-hmm. If I love me a good albino snow hog nose.
No. No.
Hog nose.
Everybody has things that they're
Hog
afraid of.
nose snake. Have you seen a hog nose? No?
And I don't want to.
Yeah.
Pet rat.
I'm okay with spiders, but I can't do snakes. Nope.
Headhunter got himself some ASF rats. And he's played with them, and they're his little friends and everything. He can't feed them to the snakes now.
Baby girl. This is Ratnus Everdeen.
So cute.
Show her little stripe down the back. Pretty girl.
Yeah.
They're old ladies. They're like 3.5-ish. So
So
they're really old for rats.
yeah, rats go to about what, 4 or 5
years. The world record for oldest rat is 5 years.
Really?
Yes.
Gets into your hair just like my geckos.
It's all back in your
The
head.
geckos, believe it or not, I have the cresties and the leopards. They can go to about 20 years.
They're neat. Hi, sweetie.
If certain cats don't try to eat them. Oh, there you are, you devil
Can you
cat.
get her for you?
Hi, sweetie.
I can pull out rares and show rares. I mean, you can hold her if you want to.
It's all right.
And food are different.
Rose.
Wonderful.
Rose, where did you go?
It's been a long time since we played with rats, hasn't it been, Colleen?
And this is Rose Tyler.
Where's
Speaking of
Tyler?
albino, this is a bit of a bigger rat.
Colleen apparently had a cinnamon pet rat. Loved her.
Rosie.
It's okay. I know, I'm not mommy.
I love the bites. It's so pretty.
Ratnus says, not the mama.
Here's your baby. Don't go down the arm.
No.
Don't fall. Take that in your hand. Take her in your hand. I said that. I said that.
That is my geckos.
That, the creature.
The creature.
She's great with animals. She always has been. I mean, that's that.
I agree, Headhunter.
Exactly. I mean, for
the 7 hamsters that I've had that have all met
well,
bad fates.
that's what I meant. But like that's
Hamsters?
Hamster.
Says, wow, all white, nice. Steve
Yes.
says, the white rat looks so cool.
hold up, Rose.
Come on, come here, Rose.
It's not nice.
I'll get her.
She was
And Colleen said it looks like mine.
Rose.
She said that's very nice. Very nice rat.
Yeah.
And a couple people ran away when we said that they couldn't use them for snake food.
That's funny.
Oh, good questions, Alex. No, the rats aren't part of therapy or anything. I just really wanted pet rats because I've had like a pet rodent for almost all of my life. So
It's true.
hamsters, rats, anything that squeaks, basically.
And we've always had cats. We love
Yes.
cats.
I don't think there are any cats in the room right now, though, so
No.
she's safe.
Lucy should be drawing, but Abby is getting in the way.
If somebody has your middle name for their first name.
Oh. Okay, Rose, go home. Go home. No ratness.
Yeah, we all should be doing something, but this is fun. I'm glad you're enjoying yourselves. I once used that. When I was DMing, I put a couple of people into their superheroes, the young trainees type of thing, and they got stuck in this wooded area. And there was this little creature that could bite and make you have hallucinations. So I got the one guy, and he was trying to explain to the others about his hallucinations because he's up a tree by now. He's going. It was great.
Or when a rodent is eating something and they take it in their hands and they kind of go,
Oh, you sent me that on Discord, huh? Okie dokies. Let's see if I can get that.
got all sorts of weird things on my desk, like these floppy disks that I got from my mama. I have no use for them. I use
Well,
them
no,
for
you don't have anything like that anymore.
No. I do have a working VHS over there in the corner, though.
She loves tech. I mean, you know, computer and all. She's all over that.
Oh my God, that's cute. Oh, that is so cute. Let's see if it'll go in. Check it. I'm going to do a share. Share screen, blah, 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 application, blah. Share.
Aww.
Precious.
I love the white spot on her foot. Aww.
Precious baby.
Woof,
That-
woof.
Yeah, that is, Abby's so cute. My goodness. How old is she? She looks maybe about 4 months there.
Oh.
How old is Lucy? Lucy's one of my guild mates in my 6 to 7 months.
Oh.
Yeah. Deerhead Chihuahua. Well, that's Deerhead. A nice name for it, actually. I like that. And I was saying something and it completely went poof. Oh yeah, she's in ESO in the guild, in my guild.
Okay.
So every time she comes in, she's going cougar. Anyway, so what did help you the most? Both of you, what helped you the most with all of this situation that was going on and trying to get everything settled out and understanding what was going on?
You want to go first, Emma?
Mm-hmm. One thing that helped me figure out how to
That's okay. Take your time.
I realized that those fits I was having and everything were making people fear me. Like when I was in high school, I went to prom and ran into people from elementary school that were still afraid of me even in high school. And that seeing that hurt me. Like they backed away. They tried to keep their friends and their partners away from me. They backed up, and I saw that I needed to change and that I was willing to figure out how to do that because I didn't want people to be afraid of me anymore.
That is a big thing. If people are afraid of you.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma,
I didn't mean people being afraid of me, but that was a different thing.
you had a breakthrough after. We had an incident where Emma was at her therapist's office and she had a huge meltdown to the point where they had to call the police to come and escort her to the hospital. So it was, I mean, screaming and thrashing, and we're talking
Throwing
it
stuff.
looks like you're possessed. And anyway, the police came.
Tell me how it feels too.
Yeah, and you might want to tell us that.
I don't really remember much of the ride in the back of the car. I just remember that I was completely calm and that I was chatting with the officer, and he he had asked me if it was okay, if I was okay with being handcuffed, and I shook my head no, and he respected that and did not handcuff me.
And this was when she was a little younger. So, I mean, handcuffing a child is not something that you really want to do.
And I said no. I said no, and he respected that and kept my hands free.
But we had to go to the hospital from there. And honestly, her dad and I, we've been married for 26 years in April, and we just fell apart. And, we had a moment. We bawled.
Didn't you say they wanted to handcuff me to the bed too?
They did, but we went and left her at the hospital. So it was, when she saw how low that took us, it took a little, when she was a little older, she said, I thought about how that made you feel and how
I felt awful.
And that helped her too, I think.
Wow.
So it was like a breaking point moment.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, go ahead.
That's a horrible, horrible feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And I hate to cut this
That's okay.
for the moment. Would you mind if Colleen? Would you mind if I brought Colleen into talk with you a bit and
No, I
do
don't
the
mind.
interview for a slight bit because David has brought in groceries and I have to go help.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Colleen, are you okay with this? Colleen or Headhunter, one or the other. Would you like to do part of this interview for a little bit while I'm doing groceries? I just put the clip on there.
Oh, Papa waiting by, she says.
Thanks, Colleen. No problem. You take care. Headhunter? Okay. I'm just going to leave it then. And that's okay, Colleen. You have to do what you have to do.
Nice meeting you.
Puppies needed to be say hi, to let me get my laptop. Okay, that'll take a moment. The guys are still bringing in the stuff. Done? Okay.
You need us
Sorry.
to stop here.
Emma? Headhunter's name is Angel, and he pretty much is an angel. He is a sweetheart, and he is very helpful.
Hi.
And he's
okay.
He knows about
all that taken care of. How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
I'm doing great. I was just sitting here and hearing y'all talk. That's very interesting. The things that you have to deal with, and I have a son too that he has he's bipolar and schizophrenic, and I'm getting into reptiles because I wanted a pet, and it also opened up a lot of it opened me up to more reptiles and what I wanted to do and stuff. And I see that for him, he wants to join me in that and breeding reptiles and stuff like that. And I see it being therapy for him, and it makes him happy, and that's awesome. But so the rats is not a therapy, but I mean, does it help at all?
I like to snuggle them when I'm upset sometimes.
Yeah, that helps you with your anger.
Especially
awesome.
Rose, because she's chubbier than Ratness and has more fluff to her. I don't want to call her fat because she's healthy, but she's bigger.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt their feelings. They got feelings too.
Little Ratty.
Yeah, I have some ASFs that I was raising up for the reptiles, and they just really have grown on me. I play with them all the time. I love all 15 of them.
Wow.
And I'm gonna make them a rat rack to where it's kind of like a condo for them. They're going to have their water and they're going to have everything. I really love them a lot. You've really grown on me. They're not like your. I think the rats that you have are Norwegians, right?
Are they?
I got
They
them
look.
from a pet store, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, they look like Norwegians.
Yeah,
Those are real big. The ASF rats, they don't get as big. They get bigger than mice, but not bigger than those. Hi, how you doing, Shane? How you doing, Steve? Lucille Ashton, hello and welcome. That one is beautiful. That's a boy or a girl?
they're both girls. They're
They're
sisters.
both girls. Nice. That would that be considered an albino?
No, because her eyes are ruby instead of clearish red.
Oh, okay.
She's just pure white with red eyes. An albino would have more translucent eyes than her.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Now, does the games help you with this what is it? What'd you call it earlier, Kara? That they change
Autism spectrum disorder.
autism spectrum disorder. Wow, I didn't know that they had changed the name.
Yeah, they used to just say she had Asperger's and obsessive compulsive disorder, and they were not quite sure about borderline personality. That one was one they threw out, but they were like, we don't quite know. So they said, let's just call it ASD. That's what we're calling it now.
Yeah, I think that sounds that sounds way better than Asperger's.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, South Park made a big old thing about an episode about it and stuff like that with Cartman and stuff. I thought it was funny, but it's not. Some people might not look at it like that.
Right.
People will look at it different. Some people that have this, they might think it's funny, but the people that their parents or whatever might not think it's funny. There's other people looking from the outside in might not think it's funny.
And that makes a good point. Some people just look at her and they categorize her. And for example, there's a police officer that lives across the street from us who threatened her when she tried to play with his daughter, and said, "What did you say, Emma?
Stay away from me. Stay away from my cat. Stay away from my dog. Stay away from my daughter. Stay away from my wife, or I will arrest you."
Yeah.
Wow.
I ran home crying.
They assume because of her body language, like her stimming, she does the rocking thing a lot, where she rocks and hums, that she's crazy, and that's their title, not ours.
That's just a calming thing, ain't that right? With somebody that has ASD, does that help calm you when you rock and stuff like that? Because that's just like me. I shake my leg when I'm sitting down. I'll be bouncing my leg or whatever. Or I'll be tapping on the table, or whatever. But that's just more just to calm me a little bit. Relax me and stuff. And is that what your rocking does for you?
Yeah, when I'm rocking and humming like that, I feel a little bit safer. Same thing with me, like how I like when I sleep, I like to sleep up facing a wall, because if I'm facing a wall, I feel safer.
Wow.
When you were an infant, your father used to have to swaddle you and hold you on his chest for you to stop crying. And I think maybe it was the pressure, like weighted blankets and so on.
See, and I think just people are scared of what they don't know.
Absolutely.
What they don't understand. And that might make them, feel uncomfortable, whatever. But I think, it's just like with ASD, is just, those are things that make you feel comfortable. They make you feel safe. Just like with a reptile, like a ball python, they have to have a small enclosure because they feel safe in there. They have to have a hide box that's small. You can't give them a big space thinking that they want to slither around and run and have enough room. They rather have a tight and closed, dark place to be, because that makes them feel comfortable and safe. And see, a lot of people don't know that. But it's just, we have to educate the public so they can understand it a lot better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And so what does the gaming helps you in the therapy? Is that therapy for this?
I game pretty much just for fun, and so I can connect with other people. I'm also I've been making games too. I use RPG Maker.
Wow. Wow, that is awesome. I've always been interested in how to make, because my son, he could stay glued to gaming all day. If I don't tell him I'm gonna shut the computer off, or I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna shut off the game or whatever, he won't come eat. Even to take a shower, I'll tell him, "Hey, I'm gonna go turn it off if you don't go take a shower."
Yeah.
But yeah, I've
Mhm.
always been interested in maybe trying to find something along the lines of maybe playing games, reviewing them, trying to get them in that kind of field, in
I
that kind of
had
direction.
sorry.
Uh-huh. Go ahead. No, I
I
think it's
had
awesome that you do it.
I had a start a some kind of studio startup that I was planning called Ethereum Games. And
Hmm.
I had it was me and two other people with like a 3-person team at one point, but then they both just quit and stopped doing anything for me. And I was sad. So for a while I had like a small 3-person studio and that fell through, and now I'm not only the person that started it, but I'm the only dev we have.
But Emma, you're also going to college for cybersecurity
Yes.
right now. She's
Wow.
and when she was in school, she was in the robotics club, and she would program the bots.
We actually got second place in the Vex Robotics tournament.
Wow, that is awesome. Bravo. Hats off to you. I
Thank
think
you.
that is so awesome. I can and will game all day. Might as well make a career out of it.
Right.
Amen.
And make robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
I
that
am
is
back.
so awesome.
Sherry?
What
Hey,
accomplishments. Hello, Sherry, and welcome back.
Thank you, Angel.
you missed some cool stuff.
I guess I'll have to watch it a little bit later.
Yeah,
I
Emma
knew
here
Angel would
is
be good.
quite the she's quite the character. She has some of the stuff that she's accomplished is very amazing,
Mhm.
and what she likes to do.
Yep.
Wow. Hats off to her.
She's done very, very well, and her mom should be complimented very heavily for it as well.
Yes.
Momage.
Her mom's hiding
Yes.
when Sherry
So
was
how
having
do
Sherry.
you Cara, how do you I guess with some parents, they don't like to look at, like my son, right? That has these what do you want to call them? Underlying problems, or what do
Issues?
we call them? What's the best term to
We
call
just say challenges.
challenges? Okay, that's a good word.
That is good.
Okay, with these challenges, I don't like to think of my son as I guess weak. I don't want to treat him as like he's not normal. You know what I'm saying? I want to treat him like he's normal, and I expect him to do things and not to let this get in the way. I want
Right.
him to be able to overcome that. How do you deal with this?
Well, I mean, I think it's important to let our child go through her own experiences, and not
Mhm.
everything, not everyone is nice. Not everything in life is perfect, and not everything is exactly as you expect. But if we just do everything for her, she's never going to learn. So, I mean, right now she's doing very well for herself, and that she has a job. She's saving to go to driving school
And buy a car.
and buy a car. She's
Wow, way to go.
she's doing really great. But it's because I think we didn't coddle her. I mean, I have to admit, we did not do everything that I guess a normal family does, because when we would go in public, she would often have a meltdown because of the I don't know, extra sensory. What am I saying? The overstimulation would get to
Mhm.
her. So there were a lot of things that a lot of kids got to experience that she did not. But when it comes to the things in life that you need to know how to do by yourself, save money, for example, or
I can cook.
do chores. She can cook. She can do laundry. I think it's important to let her go through the stuff. It's just, let her go through.
Yeah, to show her how to be independent.
Right.
What you just said hits home to me. I mean, because these are the things right now that I'm going through with my son, and he's 20. These are things that he didn't learn. And because me and his mother are separated, and he grew up with his mother, there was a lot of things he didn't learn. How to wash his own clothes, how to cook for himself, and these are things that I'm showing him right now. Is like, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to play games all day. You're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn how to do that.
Mhm.
Every time you come over, you're going to learn how to make eggs, or you're going to learn how to make something.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to learn how to properly separate your clothes and wash them correctly, and how to fold them and put them up, and all that kind of stuff right there. And I told him, we're going to get you in school to learn how to drive and stuff like that, because I want him to learn all this stuff for himself, because we never know as parents how long we're going to be around.
Absolutely. That's one of our major fears as a
Yes.
couple. We won't be around to help her. So we have to make sure that she can do everything that any other person can do. And
that's my biggest fear as well.
Sometimes it's just mimicking. How does this person appear to you when they're going through a tough situation? And look at how they're reacting and think about that. And how could you use that example to get through the same situation? You know what I mean, Em?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say, next time you feel angry, for example, how do you think your cousin would deal with that? Or how do you think grandma would deal with that? And then she watches that person and observes, and then next time tries to incorporate that. So social.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good learning tips.
Lucille, my first car is probably going to be like a used Nissan sedan or something. Or maybe like a crappy Honda Civic or something.
We'll see.
Oh, my first car was a Honda Civic, and I loved it to death. It was such a gas saver. Oh, it was an 88 Honda Civic was my first car, and I loved it. Then my second car was a very big upgrade from that. It was a Mustang, and I love it. I still have it to this day. Yeah.
I love cars.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you have a goal and you're making all these accomplishments. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I just think the making games and stuff like that is so fascinating. I find that so fascinating, because that could open up a world to doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you could make a game, I'm sure you could do like the movies, like the digital effects and all that other stuff. I'm sure that falls in the same line.
Oh, I do digital effects and stuff for the trailers to every game I make. Or
wow.
like the opening cutscenes, I'll put like snow and fire and.
Wow. Look at this. Very talented. Very talented.
My first game trailer had a bunch of fire suddenly exploding and falling snowflakes.
Wow, that is awesome. I bet it looked nice.
Really? You're doing great for 30.
Doing great for 50.
Yeah. Shoot.
Very, very interesting. And exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, the future is bright.
You can say simply, I've gotten over, or I have been able to and can do so much. And be proud of yourself and your family and everyone who's been there for you. It's wonderful to see. And you're almost crying.
I'm not crying. I'm just heavily smiling.
Yeah.
If you were crying, that would be fun.
Not used to this much you're a great person thing.
Thank you. You keep on to make me cry.
People who I have here are wonderful. They're really, really nice.
You're so nice, all of you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lucille.
What's your real name?
The Amster, I like that.
Yeah.
Dad calls me M.
Yeah.
Lucy is a. Do you mind if I say anything, Luce? Do. I'll do the
IDC.
Do. You don't care? You trust me? You trust me that much?
Uh-oh.
Take it. Take it, girl.
Lucy is a person who has depression, very heavy depression as well. She sometimes hides out from people for a while and then comes back. So she understands to an extent what you're talking about as well, and how hard it is to even just talk to other people sometimes. And Lucy's, once again, another wonderful person and doesn't believe it sometimes, you silly gal.
Silly.
But yeah, she understands very much. And I understand too, because I go through depression myself. And uh, people don't know that. People don't believe me half the time when I say that. Because, woo! I'm just so crazy bouncy that people don't understand that. And it's when it's more, it's very, very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Even with, depression is difficult. Um, when you feel yourself getting into the rage stage,
Rage state.
You get that.
I really understand that because
Yeah, it's like you're almost going Super Saiyan.
well, I had times when there were people who didn't like my brother, believe it or not. Uh, some people believe it, right? Anyway, they would not be able to knock him down. So how do you knock him down otherwise? Go after his sister. Thanks, Arses. Anyway, they'd come after me, and I never threw the first punch, but I usually came out of my fit having their faces in the ground, pulling it back and forth against the gravel because they did hit me. I I didn't even know when I'd go into the fit. I just blank.
That sounds like you. Emma.
Yes, I just.
Yeah. And it hit when someone was going to attack me. And it was as easy as that. Someone would come at me to attack me. Once, if they didn't hit me, it was fine. If they didn't attack me, it was fine. But I did learn as well how to control it to an extent. I had a friend who was told some horrible things that I apparently said, and she went out and attacked me. And that time I did not go into a fit. I just flipped her over and sat down on her and made her lie there while I held her down and in the snow. And it's like la 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 la, waiting for her to say auntie. And that was it. But it's not easy. It's not. I can understand what you went through with that. It's. Did you see The Lord of the Rings, the first movie? No?
Mm-mm.
There's a section where, like in the book, did you read the book?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anyway, there's a section when they go across this great big ravine. And behind them is a Balrog. This is a big, well, you know what a Balrog is?
No.
Scary demon.
Something
What was that
wants to eat me?
Horns, demon, scary.
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah, with the wings and
Yeah.
flame and a flame whip and all that other stuff.
Okay.
And that creature came into the scene. And I did not expect it to be like this. I had read the book, but I did not expect them to make it feel like there was fire just right at you. It felt like going into the pit. Exactly like it. It was just all this.
You know,
It. You start out with the little bit like this, and then it comes out, and it's like.
one of the thing I have to tell you, it took a long time to understand as a parent, which was a huge challenge for me, was that she was not just being a jerk. For example, when we would go to the store, I would say, can we just get through the store without a fit? Can we just please just go in, get whatever we're getting and leave and not have drama? And then she said, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It just happened. And it has to sink in as a parent that it's not just the child being willful. It's not the child just being nasty or trying to ruin your day. They really just can't help it.
Yeah. And I could see that. Exactly. With
Point, Lucille.
Angel here, I'm quite sure you had the same feelings, like what's going on here.
Is that something you've dealt with, Angel?
At the start, at least.
Excuse me, what was that?
Have you dealt with having to have it sink in that your child is not just being willfully disobedient and that it's something that can't always be controlled?
Well, I kind of deal it just depending on how the situation is, the way I see how the situation happened, try to analyze it. And there's times where I'll get on him for his behavior, and there's other times where we'll sit down and we'll talk about it. So I try to make him see how it unfolded so he could understand it better.
I like that.
But at first,
The cause and effect, basically.
Is that helpful for him, and for you? Do you think?
Yeah, for at least. Well, see, this is the big problem that I'm having. Is that discipline only comes from this side, so it allows him to run and escape everything when he goes to that side.
Okay. So
see what I'm saying? So it's giving him a way out. So this is the biggest problem that I'm having to deal with, is trying to have the discipline across the board. You know what I'm saying? If the discipline was across the board, it might be a little bit that we could make progress, but it's slowing my progress.
Yeah, I imagine. So I mean, half of the time he's getting that, so it's not consistent.
hello.
Mm-hmm. His mom will call me and tell me, "Hey, you know what? This has happened." Because there's times where she's called me and said, he came after me with a knife.
Oh my gosh.
And she was in her room. And I was just like, you know what? Tell him through the door that you're talking to me on the phone. And right away, he dropped the knife and went to his room, because he knows that
you are.
Yes, he knows when I'm on the phone, or he knows, and I told him, you ain't too big for me to spank. You might be 20 years old, but you ain't too big. You're always going to be my son.
Well, you're making him accountable, though, and that's
exactly
remembering that.
But it's just hard because of the situation where he goes back and forth. That he's never. He could face it here, and we could deal with it here, but then when his way out of that situation is by going back to his mother's.
Right.
And so over there, she doesn't really put her foot down with him. So if the discipline is not across the board, then that's my biggest difficulty right there. But other than that, I mean, we're making headway, and I just want him to be prepared, because this world is it can be ugly, and I don't want to be in the grave. And I'm still going to worry about him no matter what, even when I look down on him. But I just want him to be prepared as much as he can for this world and what it's going to throw to him.
And that's all we can do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about depression the other day, me and Sherry. And I was certified to dispense, to give control medications and all different types of medications. And I've dealt with a lot of people with depression problems. So I see all these signs. And like I told Sherry, there's a lot of people in the reptile community that deal with depression and anxiety problems and stuff like that. And I see it in their eyes. I mean, I could see it. I mean, to me, it's very easy for me to pick up. Some might not want to agree, but I could guarantee you, about 80% of the time I'm right. But I don't look at it as a weakness, because of these animals are what's making you happy, and they're helping you cope with your depression or your anxiety problems or whatever. It's a good thing. And with a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with in the reptile community, with them wanting to stop, ban all these different kind of reptiles or this and that, this could be a big focal point into fighting that battle because people need their animals
Mhm.
that are allergic to animals like cats and dogs or whatever. They might not be allergic to reptiles. And if that reptile is what keeps them functional and keeps them going and working, as they see functional, then we need to make this a point.
Yeah, that's
It's whatever gives Emma her helps her cope with this and pushes her along to make progress. We need to support that. Just like my son, when I see that he's doing something's helping him and furthering his progress, I want to support that, or I want to find other things as a parent that's going to help him along to get him to the point where I feel that he's going to be okay if that day comes that I might hit a health problem or something, or I might have a bad car accident, or anything could happen.
you're his
We're
best
never
advocate.
promised tomorrow. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kara.
I just said, and you're his best advocate.
Yeah.
Art
Amen.
because of my depression. Lucille, what kind of art do you do?
She draws and may I show off your one character that you just did, Lucy? You're probably going to say, do what you like. Sure. Okay. Where is that picture? There you go. This is it's a sketch she's working on, but she's doing rather well.
Yeah, I like the hair there.
She had a little animated one before. It's quite nice.
It's interesting you say that your art suffers because of your depression, where some artists will say that they have more creative output when they feel depressed because it's the way that they express themselves.
Well,
That's very,
sometimes you
very
can
nice.
use the depression to your.
You can see that taking shape.
Sometimes
It's
you
really
can.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
She does very well. You just
Mhm.
sent me two others? Okay. Oh,
Is it me, or do I see that I've noticed that people that have these challenges are very, very creative.
creativity keeps your mind.
That they're I mean, like Emma, she likes to she does the video games and stuff like that. I see the drawing here. Um it's like, there is there how do you feel? Do you feel like it's like your mind is real focused when you're
Yeah,
doing something?
when I draw, I'm in the zone. Like I don't want to focus on anything else but getting the picture done.
Because I don't know everything. A lot of these questions I ask because I'm curious. And I hope you don't mind me asking these questions. It's just I just want to understand a lot more because the more knowledge I could take in is helps me with tools to deal with my son and maybe other people as well, and to understand them. Like I said, we got to educate the community on these different challenges because I mean, we look at him. We might look at them as them being mean, the way they react to maybe my son or anybody else, but they're just scared as we are scared of them.
Mhm.
And we're just not. It's a communication problem where they're not understanding us and we're not understanding them. And I think if we could understand each other, that's gonna help in this whole situation.
Do you guys
I
mind
just noticed you did it.
do you guys mind if I show you some of my art or something?
Oh,
Oh, I would love to
darn
see it.
straight, show us.
I'm gonna put it I I feel more comfortable showing my Ethereum Games website because I'm still working on a lot of my art, so I feel more comfortable showing this. If you actually Google Ethereum, no, that's not what I'm looking for. You actually Google Ethereum Games and I'll come up. I put it, see if that works for you. And I put it in private chat for you, Sherry Lynn.
Okie dokies.
So if you click on that link, then because I can't put anything in comments because I'm in it and I'm not a viewer.
It's okay.
So if you want to go ahead and
Wrong thing. Share screen. Application window. That's not it. Home. Sorry.
You know that page still says you're 17.
Okay.
Oh, it started with a 17-year-old. Okay.
Okay.
You have
So
your art on that page?
no, not my art, but the video games I've published. So far, I have a game called Lurie's Light. If you scroll down a bit further and you click on the picture that says Lurie's Light Ethereate Games,
okay.
if you go to as you can see, I actually have an announcement on there. Somebody actually tried to use my gaming startup's name to fish and pretend to be my studio. So I had to put up an announcement that says, this is not my itch.io page. This is somebody trying to fish to that link.
Jerks.
Yes.
This is a fishy
That's
person.
automatically playing. It's down there somewhere. Sorry about that. Other scroll bar. Or is that me? No, it's me. Sorry.
Okay.
Once they look at it, how can you close it again?
Down here?
Yes, actually that's the, if you want to go ahead and turn the sound on for that one, that's the intro for my first game.
What's the one called that you're working on now? Season's Promise?
Season's Promise, a farming game.
Yeah.
That's the
That's the one you were talking about with the
Yeah.
snow and the fire.
That's the snow and the
Yeah.
fire, and there's lightning there, and I created that. And the art that you saw there was all me. I drew that digitally.
Man, you're talented.
Nice. That's the credit
Yeah,
reel.
I don't think
Did
I
you
would
do the
get
music
that far.
too?
I don't think I would. I don't think I could be able to do something like that. It would take me a while.
I thought you'd think
Oh,
this was cool.
Music here.
It is cool. It is awesome.
It's warm in here.
Yeah, I have a fan behind me, but I didn't want to turn on the fan because then you guys might not be able to hear me.
Do you know how to close that now, Emma?
It's not me sharing, it's her.
Oh, okay.
It was me.
So
What was that?
You
I don't know
can
how this works.
you can go ahead and close it if you want to. I just wanted to show you.
That was a very nice video.
Thank you.
I was having fun
Very
with that music.
Soundtrack. Yeah.
You know that soundtrack kind of sounded like maybe
Oh,
an
8-bit.
old game like from
Yeah,
Nintendo
That's
or
what
something
I
like that.
intended it for it to sound like, actually.
Hey, you got it across because that's what I thought it was.
When
Good
I make my RPG games, I use nothing but 8-bit music.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh
Nice.
wow!
The horn.
Wow, that is awesome.
Ooh. Wow, that's beautiful.
you are getting much better with the horns, Lucy. Those have come out beautifully.
Wow.
One of my biggest things is sci-fi and fantasy. It allows me to leave this world behind and to step into another world. That's why I like reading books and stuff like that, fantasy and that stuff looks awesome. To be able to do something like that and create your own world and get lost in it is to me, that's my comfort zone. I get comfort in that. That's my safe place to go to. You know, so I could understand a lot of these things. I want to understand. Go ahead, Emma.
I do have one piece of art that I want to show off. I'll find it and put the link there. It's on my DeviantArt. I said before that I was into Astro Boy and everything. I have this that I drew. I just want to show this off because this took me about like 2.5 hours to draw correctly and several failed attempts. So if you want to go ahead and share that, you can.
You know, I could draw. I have to be in the mood to do it.
Oh, you're on Dev Art too.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm on
all my drawings have to be they're graph drawings. It's usually something I graph and then I
graph paper or
transfer.
something.
Yeah, but to be able to get something in my mind
I had to use the
and put it
reference
on
for that
paper.
one.
It's a little hard.
Okay.
Astro Boy. There you go.
Big fan.
I can't stop playing with your ponytail.
I'll do it soon. Oops. Nope. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, there you go.
Da, 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 da. Ha, ha.
You
There
know,
we go.
after she closed that.
I can't close that. That's on her end.
Oh, okay.
What?
So that's
I'm
my. You can go ahead and whatever you want to do. It's fine.
I just decided to watch.
Okay.
Do a watch. Are you on Toy House as well? No?
I've never heard of that.
Toy House is another thing like DeviantArt.
Hmm.
It has worlds and stuff like that. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the stuff you were
Jill says she loves it.
photography, right?
Mm-hmm. I love photography.
Photography.
Yeah, photography is awesome. I think, where if you could catch like, it's just catching. It's you're catching life. I like the photography like where they catch like a sunset
Oh, I love that
or
kind of
a
photography.
sunrise.
I love sky pictures, especially
Yeah.
if I get like a little bit of the treetops in there and have the sun
Mhm.
like peeking out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, just capture real life,
Mm-hmm.
as it is out in the wild. I think
Or
it's
get
awesome.
really up close to a bird and take a picture.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. That's so funny that you brought that up. Yes, exactly. Sitting on a branch, a cardinal or a blue jay or something, maybe even a robin. I see some photos of hummingbirds, and man, I think they're just so beautiful.
They are. They're like little jewels.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Birds
I
are
think
my
that's great. How long have you been doing photography? I mean, is
Oh
this just
man, I'd have to say since my sophomore year of high school,
Okay.
and I'm coming up on the end of my first year of college.
wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Are
I'm
you planning to take
working
the
on it.
photography somewhere or what are you planning to do or is just going to be a hobby or are you
hobby.
planning to do it somewhere? Okay.
It's
Yeah, there's
my
some people that
it's my
Mhm.
game development that I want to make money off of somehow. But photography
Oh, okay.
is just I want to do it.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
never know, the photography could be its own beast. It might just, you never know. There's some people that get into something and they just have a talent for it. Other people
Mhm.
like it, they want it, and it just opens up a new door for you.
Mom has a good eye too.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
you do.
Anyway, not you.
I
Yeah.
know, but
That's awesome. Do you also do photography, Cara?
Not like her.
No?
If I see
Is
something,
is
I
this
think,
is it?
wow,
She got it from you? Did she get photography from you?
no.
yes.
Yeah, she did. She thought, no, yeah, you did.
If I see something that I think that would make a great picture, I go and grab. I don't even have a camera. I just use my phone. But yeah.
But it's the little things that our kids will pick up, and and they might take something that we might have not picked up and ran with it, but they'll do it because they see something that maybe we didn't, that we helped them to see. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
And that's a good thing. Um, I see stuff all the time that just like this little condo that I want to make for my rats. I see a couple of videos, and I said, you know what? I see that I could do this better and that better. And I'm going to bring it to a certain point, and then somebody else could see that and say, you know what, I could add this or I could add that. And it's just going to go improving
Mhm.
over time and over time. And it just sparks. You sparked her interest, and you showed her.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I mean, you could turn it
I
into
did that with my camera in my hands, but it's not near me, so.
That's
Yeah.
Anna
Do you
reminds me of
ever
another one of her things. She always there's like some sort of activity that involves something physical. She acts it out.
Like driving, I'll go.
She always does.
Yeah, I saw what y'all were
Or talking on the phone.
the little thing with the
Mhm.
mice or whatever. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought that was hilarious. That's
It's almost
awesome.
like she's a passenger in life and she observes other people and then she emulates to get through life.
Like when I hear my favorite song come on, for example, an Adele song, I'll pretend I'm holding a mic and be like, "Hello, it's me."
Has to do the action.
That's awesome.
I have to ask you a question, but those those little cars that look like a little toy that maybe two people
Wheels.
can fit in?
Oh, the ones that when you're a kid you can drive around in.
Oh, the ride-ons. Oh,
But these are the real ones on the road. They're small cars. Two people can fit in it. It's like a little.
Like an
Go-kart?
amusement park?
go-kart.
It's not a go-kart. Hold on a sec. I might be able to find the picture of it.
Do you take pictures of your rats?
Yes. I actually had an Instagram page feature my rats a while back, but it's been so long I think it's been buried and I can't find it anymore.
Oh. Yeah, I take pictures of my rats too. They'll be sitting on my shoulder, crawling around how yours were. You know,
Oh.
one of them, she's an amber, they call them amber pieds or saddlebacks, and she'll go through my beard and she'll start tickling me and stuff like that, like how the yours was going through the back of your hair. She'll go through my beard and tickle me and stuff. I think she's so
That's a
sweet.
tiny car.
Like that teeny weeny car there.
I would never drive that, no. It's
Okay.
sorry.
Now, no, I don't mean to drive it. I mean, if you see those go past, I have this weird thing. If I see one of those things go past, I go, ding, ding. They remind me of those little cars that you put the
Like Matchbox cars?
yeah, you put the
The thing on the track.
plastic
If you
track
pull it back and then it
boom, and you put it down and it zooms away.
Okay. Those are fun.
Steven beat me with one of those one time. It's the big. Anyway,
like
that's
the
what it
things my
reminds
dad
me
used
of.
to collect before.
You destroyed them.
Yes.
What's that?
I destroyed Dad's NASCAR collection by opening the boxes.
And playing with them.
Like, what?
That was a
Oh
long
boy!
time.
Oops.
She wouldn't do that now.
No.
That's one thing that she's done that I'm really proud of. She's learned to respect boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have to lock the freezer at night because she would just open it up, eat the entire quart of ice cream, be monstrously sick, and there was nothing we could do about it. It was going to happen. Or
I just eat everything and throw up everywhere.
she did not understand boundaries, and now she understands it's someone's belongings are their belongings, and you can't mess with them.
And I don't puke in the middle of the night anymore.
It's great. I don't want to on the fridge anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my! I
Now, I wanna tell
some
you-
of the stuff I've got.
She's really smart. We would have to lock with alarms and things like that our front door because she would escape in the middle of the
I'd
night
unscrew the lock with a screwdriver and
as
run away.
a child and walk around the neighborhood at night.
Wow.
I gotta tell them about the parental controls thing and what I did with the laptop.
Before you respected boundaries.
Yes. Oh my God, I gotta tell you this. Okay, so
I'm so proud of it.
yes. I know it was wrong, but I'm proud of it. So they had locked down my laptop with parental controls, and I tried everything I could to get around them. And then I found this YouTube video that showed me that I could boot into safe mode and unlock a hidden administrator account that didn't have a password. Then after hacking into that hidden account, I used it to delete the parental controls and then log into my own account normally, which I had set to administrator myself.
Wow!
Oh,
She did not respect boundaries at that point.
wow.
So I basically hacked my own computer to circumvent parental controls.
Yeah.
Way to
Or if
go.
we had a lock on the door so she couldn't get out at night, she would unscrew it from the door.
and then screw it
Uh-oh.
back in when I came back inside, so it looks like it didn't.
I mean, she didn't realize how dangerous that
No.
was. A little girl running around
Yeah.
in the night outside. We would wake up in the middle of the night and she would not be in her bed, and we would just panic.
Tell them about the detective that visited.
What-
You know the
Oh, my mother,
Had a
my
detective.
grandmother hired a friend of hers that was a detective to come and scare Emma into not escaping in the middle of the night. It didn't
work?
really, just he was telling her about how people can be kidnapped
and he
you know,
told me if you do it again, I'll arrest you.
well, which obviously he wasn't going to. But the point was, it didn't really help.
Oh,
She
it
wasn't
didn't?
ready.
No.
When I was, I want to say maybe about 5 or 6, we were, I believe at that time we were living in Houston, Houston or Galveston, Pasadena. They're all in the same area here in Texas. And we were in line. My mom was fixing to pay for the groceries, and she forgot her coin purse in the car.
Mm.
She sent me outside. She goes, go get it. I left it here. I thought I had it with me. So she sent me outside in the parking lot to go get it. I was walking down the right-hand side where the cars are all lined up in their parking spaces. And on the opposite side, there was this little girl. She was just walking. She was walking in the same direction. I was walking towards the car. She was walking, but on the opposite side of the lane. And this white van came up.
Oh
A gentleman
no.
jumped outside, grabbed her, put her in the van, and drove off.
Oh my God.
And I didn't realize what happened at the time. I had never seen something. I didn't know about kidnapping. I went and I grabbed the coin purse, went back inside, and gave it to my mom. Whatever. We're walking outside, and that's when we see, I guess, her mother coming outside of the HEB, because that's a grocery store big in Texas. And she was looking for her daughter. She was looking for her daughter, and I kind of said, hey, well, did she look like this? Whatever. And it just so happened that they kidnapped her right in front of me.
Did they ever find her, or did you not find out?
I never found out what had happened. I just gave the police officers what I saw, what kind of van
Oh
it
my
was, and stuff like that. I don't know if they ever found the little girl. I always think about it even to this day. Um, you know, I grew up. I love children. I love children. I think they're just. I just like the way their minds work. I like to see how their minds work and how they develop.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. I've worked with children in CPS custody for 6.5 years. I enjoyed it. Um, and when I was growing up, and I actually realized what happened, it really sunk in. And I do wonder, did they ever find her? Did they ever find that little girl? Um, and it gets me sad sometimes thinking about that. That's one of my biggest fears with my daughter. I have a daughter that's 8. She's 18. She just turned 18. And I tried to tell her, how the outside world is and how it can be, and not to just trust anybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's another thing that I try to teach my kids, is that, people will be nice to you to a certain point until they get what they want.
Yep.
And you have to make better decisions and better choices on who you trust and who you associate with and stuff like that. And it's just one of my biggest fears. So I could see how, the children don't see it at the time of what they're doing or whatever. But, we kind of think as parents, man, what could have went wrong in that situation?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but just now I'm sure, Emma, you kind of see how it could have went bad there, or a situation could have went bad. Um, but I'm glad nothing happened. I'm glad you're still here with us. But sorry, I just wanted to
Yeah, that's
share.
okay. I'm sure that affected the course of your life, having seen something like that, and you wanted to make an impact for the good,
Yeah.
in opposition to those
So,
sorts.
hey, it's so cold. You silly.
Definitely
Yeah.
remember.
It's okay.
Won't forget.
You big bum. See, say hi to Emma. Emma needs a.
But I think that
Emma needs a puppy sound.
the way you did your computer was very ingenious. I don't want to encourage you to, but I thought it was ingenious. I thought it was.
All I did was follow the instructions of a YouTube video I found on the internet. That's all I
And
did.
YouTube is such a tool nowadays.
Yeah.
I've learned how to work on my Mustang, how to work on changing this, on doing that, on everything I've learned off of YouTube. And I just think YouTube is such a good tool
Yeah.
for anybody and everybody that's wanting to search different things that they want to do. Who is that, Sherry?
This is Watson.
Watson.
He and our chosen sister Arla live downstairs. And he's a good boy. I get him scared every so often, picking him up like this and such.
Watson. Where's
Lucille, I need to watch Chris Fix. I've never seen that YouTube channel. I follow this one guy that's pretty good. It's Schroeder's Box. He's really good. He has different situations and diagnoses cars and stuff like that. He's really pretty good. But I'm gonna try to. Matter of fact, I should write that down.
Oh, we're gonna have to get going and get some lunch.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Well,
So how do you feel about
Cara and Emma, it
having
was a
your
pleasure
first
meeting you
interview?
guys.
You as well.
Nice meeting you guys.
It was a
It was great
pleasure.
having you on. Thank you so much.
Y'all take care. Thank you, Sherry, for having me on.
No problem.
And I will see y'all later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Have fun. And I'm here still, and I have to say those words, don't I, Lucy? Chris Fix. Cool. So, I hope this was informative for everyone. These kind of challenges are not easy, but can get past them. Get skills to work with it. And yeah, you have good support, you have good even if you don't know what exactly is going on, you can do a lot. I'd like to say thank you for Emma and Kara. Did I finally say it right? Probably not. For coming on and discussing all of this. I hope you had a fun time. Even though it's a pretty rough topic, I still like people to smile, even if it is a rough topic. And Angel, thank you very much for taking over for me for a little bit while I had to do the putting the cold stuff in the freezer. I think between Dorothy and myself, Dorothy's the little sister. I think the two of us are really good at squeezing things in where you can't. And I'd like to thank everyone who has come to the stream to say hello, to see what's going on, everything that you can. Everything that you can share, and just to be here to support. And and everyone else. I have to say, and I don't like saying all the time, that sucks. But I have to say, once again, if you like, do the like, subscribe, and the ding-a-ling-ling thing, and we'll see what we have on for more human interviews. Oh yes, but you can't subscribe, but yeah, Twitch. On Twitch you can, what is it? Dang, I forget what you do on Twitch. It's so good. So on live stream, I'm going to say good day to everyone. Oh wow, it's not even noon. I have time to work on stuff. Yay! So, I'm going to say goodbye, take care, have fun, and laters, gators.